Welcome to AIGP News. I'm Steve Sanders. In this week's top story, 75 people were killed in pro-democracy protests in Syria this week. Protesters, when are you going to learn? Democracy isn't all it's cracked up to be. Give me a beat, Jimmy. Yeah, there's no one named Jimmy, and I'm not going to sing for you. This came after Syrian officials fired bullets and tear gas at the protesters. Syrian officials, here's some news for you. Grenades work better than bullets. There's supposed to be a clip here. Obama birther issue, which is whether or not Obama is a natural-born citizen, is not going away, with people taking, more and more people taking sides, whether he is or isn't a citizen, distracting us more and more from the real news. Donald Trump is not leaving this issue alone, demanding Obama provide a birth certificate. Sarah Palin backs this move, but for those of us who did not ride the short bus to school, we know he's a citizen. Colorado has released an image of the suspect in an attempted bombing plot of a Colorado mall. Here's the image. He looks really familiar. Don't know where I know him from. The Colorado police have said this might be related to Columbine, as it used the same type of explosives, happened around the same time, and on the anniversary of Columbine. They also had something in common. The people in both cases were overweight virgins. Former UN Chief Inspector El Barati says former President Bush, should be brought up on charges that he exaggerated the amount of weapons in Iraq. Well, El Barati's brother, El Ray, said zombies, not zombies again. El Barati has said Bush greatly exaggerated claims that Iraq was building weapons of mass destruction. He said he wishes Bush would have exaggerated these claims in a tropical paradise so he could have a vacation. The Senate Ethics Committee, yes, I am well aware that's an oxymoron, the Senate Ethics Committee has said Senator Ensign did the right thing resigning. They said though he resigned, now if they find anything wrong, they can't do anything about it, proving once again politicians have it better than the rest of us. Senator Ensign resigned in the investigation of whether he had an extramarital affair and then helped his mistress's husband get a job as a lobbyist. But I mean, come on, who hasn't helped our mistress's husbands get a job? The United States Army has said women are not men. Yeah, more proof of our tax dollars at work. The Army said this as they said they will start designing body armor for women that would actually fit them, proving once again to us what military intelligence means. It is being reported that Lindsay Lohan went 3 times to the jewelry store she reportedly stole a necklace from, making us wonder where someone who hasn't been in a movie for over 3 years gets the money to buy jewelry. It is being said that Lohan was stopped once before when she tried to steal earrings by security. So apparently their security could see barely noticeable earrings, but not a necklace Lohan was wearing out when she had a lot of cleavage showing. That store has great security, doesn't it? Dodger fans have been left scratching their head as the MLB has taken over day-to-day operations of the Dodgers. Now to make a movie about the Dodgers and they'll win a championship. The LA police have also become more and more prevalent at LA Dodger games, proving that you don't have to go to Chicago to get beat up at a baseball game. Iraq has only weeks to decide if the U.S. should stay, meaning that the U.S. government is expecting Iraq to make decisions quickly, unlike them. This comes from Admiral Mike Mullen. Iraq has given no proof that they want the U.S. to stay, which really makes this a non-issue, doesn't it? A unanimous 3-judge panel reinstituted charges against 3 Blackwater security guards, meaning the case will go back to courts and the security guards will go back to their cushy homes. These charges stemmed from an incident in 2008, which are 14 counts of manslaughter and 20 counts for attempted manslaughter. These are very serious charges, and the security guards could face the death penalty if convicted in Iraq. If convicted in the U.S., they'll serve about 5 to 8 years of prison. McCain this week urged the U.S. to acknowledge the Libyan rebels and hand over frozen funds to them. But since McCain is a Republican, the Democratic Senate will not approve this measure. The Japanese cabinet has issued over $50 billion for the Japanese earthquake restoration. This is one of the largest public works projects in Japanese history. So for all those people needing a job, go to Japan. Now we sent our own Lieutenant Squiggles this week to a Charlie Sheen show. Lieutenant, are you there?
Hello, Critic.
So Lieutenant, how was the Charlie Sheen show?
I have no idea. Really, I got no idea what he said at all. I got no idea.
Why don't you know, Lieutenant? You were there, didn't you?
Yep, I watched the whole show. Oh, God.
So how was it?
Really, I got no fucking clue, Critic. No fucking clue.
How can you go to something and not know how it was, Lieutenant?
Well, Critic, where to start? Well, first there was the stand-up guy, and he was pretty fucking horrible. Hey, absolutely horrible. Oh God, if I gotta suffer through that again, I don't even know where to go with it. It's just, fucking awful.
We don't care about the opening act, Lieutenant. How was Charlie Sheen?
I really don't know, Critic.
How can you not know?
Well, Critic, he got on stage, and he sang. Yeah, he sang. And then he talked. I have no fucking clue what he said.
Were you on drugs again, Lieutenant? You know you went to rehab once before for them.
Nope, Critic, I've been clean since you sent me to rehab.
Then why don't you know what happened?
Well, he talked and showed a video montage and talked and yeah, I got no clue what he fucking said, but it was like, what kind of drugs is he on? I mean, really, I've been pretty fucked up in my day, Critic, but I don't have any idea what that guy's on. I mean, come on, Critic, you gotta wonder, seriously. He was just, I don't even know.
What exactly did he say, Lieutenant?
Well, Critic, I have no fucking... I mean, I remember him mentioning something about warlocks and goddesses, and there's some violent clips and some lesbians making out, and... Really? Really, Critic? I don't know. I'm fucking lost. It was, wow, it makes less sense than some of your reviews.
Well, could you make out anything he was trying to say, like an underlying message?
I think there was definitely an overarching message.
Okay, Lieutenant, what was that message?
Do drugs. Do lots and lots and lots of drugs. Because maybe then this show would make some kind of fucking sense and you wouldn't feel like you were raped for an hour and paid $60 for it. I mean, really, I've paid $60 for things I've regretted before. Like a hamburger I found out was made out of groundhogs. A guy who said he would give me a blowjob. I don't really ever recommend paying a guy $60 for a blowjob, but I'm just saying, it was $60. I mean, seriously, it was just a hodgepodge of violent lesbianism and talking in some weird language that no one really understands but Charlie Sheen himself. I don't even know if he understood it. It just seemed like he was up there, he'd like a monkey had given him a sheet of paper with random words on it. It made no sense, critic. It made no sense whatsoever.
So, you couldn't understand him at all?
Critic, I can understand Stallone better than I can understand Charlie Sheen. I mean, at least he speaks Stallonese. Charlie Sheen? I don't know. Seriously, I recognize the words, but they seem to have no meaning in the context he was using them in. It was just like, random word, another random word, let's throw in this word. It was like, ah. Okay, wow.
Did you at least enjoy the show, Lieutenant?
Really, critic, I don't fucking know. I don't know, critic. It was just so weird and strange. And really, I think I'm gonna need drugs if you send me to another one. Seriously. If you're sending me to another one of these, I'm gonna need something. Something.
No more drugs, Lieutenant. We can't afford to give you another stint in rehab.
Well, okay, critic, but there's no way in hell you're making me go to another one of these shows. There is no way in hell.
Okay, Lieutenant, no more Charlie Sheen shows. That was Lieutenant Squiggles. Now for celebrity news. Antonio Dotson was arrested this week for pot possession. Which, a black man getting arrested for drug possession really isn't news, is it? 16 and pregnant star Josh Smith has said his baby mama intentionally got pregnant to be on TV, proving that people will do even the stupidest things to get on TV. Josh Smith then filed a restraining order against her, claiming she hit him. She denied hitting him and filed a restraining order against him, claiming he hit himself. Now, I'm not a lawyer or anything, but how can you file a restraining order against the person who abuses themselves? I don't know, just throwing it out there. Lindsay Lohan is back out of jail now, after a bail bondsman put up the $75,000 bail she needed to get out. Though she is expected to go back in soon because she likes the food. Parents are starting to blame MTV for teenagers getting pregnant, which is the stupidest blame since we blamed Canada for foul language. Miami Dolphins wide receiver Brandon Marshall is recovering this week after surgery from when his wife stabbed him, proving that NFL players will do anything to work out during the lockout. Brandon Marshall's wife was arrested this week for aggravated assault and was put in jail with $75,000 bail, meaning the bail bondsman who bailed out Lindsay Lohan has another way to waste $75,000. The founding members of the group O-Town got together this week for a birthday. No, they weren't playing the party. You may remember O-Town from their many hit songs like, okay, they didn't have any hit songs. Miami Heat star Chris Bosh got married this week. Next, expect his wife to stab him. Chris Bosh got married in a relatively quiet ceremony, with very few people noticing. He hopes his new wife will bring the Miami Heat luck, which won't happen until LeBron James is off the team. Yo, 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 my peeps, my homies, this is Big R here. And Big R, he's here to talk to you about a pressing issue. He would like to talk to you this week about the Obama birthing issue. This is an issue brought up mainly by the Republicans, saying Obama is not a natural-born citizen. And some potential Republican presidential nominees, like Donald Trump and Sarah Palin, are pushing this issue. Well, my peeps, my homies, I am here to tell you that Obama is a natural-born citizen. He provided his birth certificate, a certificate of live birth, from Hawaii. His name was listed in the Hawaii newspaper when he was born. And if he wasn't a citizen, don't you think people would have stopped him from running for president? Or stopped him before he became president? They are also arguing that Obama grew up in Kenya with his father. I don't see why this is an issue. Several presidents before have grown up outside of the country, or spent time outside, significant time outside of the country. Why does it matter where Obama grew up at? Why does it matter? He was born in this country, or someone would have eventually stepped in and stopped him from being president. So why is this an issue? Well, my peeps, I will tell you why this is an issue. You see, the Democrats like Obama, but the Republicans don't like Obama because he clicks with the people. So they want Obama out. They want him gone. They want him saying sayonara. But the thing is, they gotta realize that Obama ain't going away. And you Republicans, all you're doing is making a fool out of yourselves. A fool out of yourselves by keeping this up. You gotta drop the issue, my Republican brothers, my peeps. We gotta drop this issue and focus on the problems. We gotta focus on the partisan fighting in Congress. We gotta focus on getting the economy recovered. We got to focus on getting the overseas wars ended instead of focusing on whether our president is an American. Our president is an American. Our president is a natural-born citizen. So why are we focusing on the non-issue instead of the issue? Well, my peeps, Big R is here to tell you. It's because they don't have a solution to the issues. They don't have the solution. So they're focusing on something that's not a problem instead of giving you answers that we need to know. They just want to be president. They don't want to fix the economy. They don't want to focus on the overseas wars. They just want to be president. Well, I'll tell you what, my peeps. We don't need these people. We need people in the White House that will focus on the issues. Obama right now is focused on the issues. He's trying to fix this country. And so are the Democrats. So my peeps, remember this. If they're focusing on Obama, they're not focusing on the issues. And that's all Big R's got to say this week. That was titillating, Big R. Thank you. Now for sports news. Former Michigan coach Rich Rodriguez has said it was a mistake leaving West Virginia University for Michigan, in what has to be the most obvious quote of the week. Rich Rodriguez went on to say that hindsight is looking back and realizing your mistakes. Really? Wow, I mean, just wow. It's taken him 40 years to realize something most 5-year-olds know. Players in the MLB say the playoff system works just the way it is. Well, Bud Selig is moving ahead with plans to change the playoff system. So expect the MLB to go on strike and no one to care. Former NHL enforcer Donald Brashear has said he wants to try his hand at MMA. Well, if Brock Lesnar can do it, who is in a fake sport, why can't Brashear? Now, here are this week's basketball scores. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Steve Sanders, signing off.